gentlemen, welcome back. We are doing another, you guessed it, Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today it is a 4v4 with the map of Castileone, which actually, well, it was during the Italian campaign for Napoleon, I do believe, and it was actually not really with the UK and some of these factions on the field, but you know, it is still an amazing map, and I have seen this battle, guys. I can promise you, you do not want to miss this epic clash of UK, Portugal, Russia, and Russia Suvorov going up against a French Imperial Guard, French Rhienbund, and Italy. Now, as you can see already, the UK is popping off some artillery shots. Actually, the French also have some 8-pound horse artillery set up right over here. They're also going to be exchanging shots over with the UK. UK kind of look like they're isolated right now. The rest of their allies are way over here and way over here. So it's going to be a bit of a interesting battle. Usually when a faction gets totally surrounded, because you have the Imperial Guard, Victor, oh, that's not the Imperial Guard, Napoleon Bonaparte and Claude Victor Perrin, they both are advancing on the UK. The UK are a smaller faction, guys, and they don't have a lot. Now, they are going in a more defensive positioning, but they are determined to hold this high ground. As you can see, they have some infantry moving over. In fact, they do have some infantry that have moved up here. We have the Green Rascals, the Lightfoot, the Light Bobs, and then they have their Foot Guards, Tow Rows, and the Coldstream Guards up in the front, pointing a bold face towards the French. Napoleon himself saying, you know, you can go stick it where the sun don't shine, basically. They are out here, kind of being a forward guard. Now, so far, you have not seen a whole lot of French cav on this side. No infantry so far. You can see that Rhienbund and Italy have taken this village, which, what a vantage point this is, guys. They have a guard tower. You can see for miles. You can also see that the artillery for Russia, I do believe, is firing. But look at this, you can literally see, I don't know if they actually could see because of fog of war, but you could literally see everything. You can look down, you see all the way across. Now this kind of reminds me of, like, if you ever been to Gettysburg, you could see everything on Gettysburg. Like, you can see them coming a mile off, and you can see that as you can see that Russia, Suvorov, is pushing on the right. Portugal and Russia look like they're not going to go straight down the middle. They have slowly but surely been working their way this way on the road. Maybe they'll continue going that direction. We will see. They do have some 6-pounders and more 6-pounders all forming up here. Portugal already firing here. I'm not sure what they're firing at, but they're firing at something over here. Now, Rhienbund definitely has marked their territory. I'd say they have their general here. I'm assuming they have infantry just sitting right in this area, commanding the center of this battlefield. They control this village. They have the French probably on their right, stretched along here, and Italy stretched on the left. Now, we do see some skirmishers as Russia, Suvorov is advancing, some skirmishers pushing up here. Maybe going to try to slow down this advance. All these fields, look at all the different types of fields here. This is just, this actually looks like a satellite view from, like, Google Earth. But let's look at Suvorov, because we don't see this faction very often. Bringing some amazing looking Grens. I love the hats. Very epic. They are bringing more Grens. They actually are bringing a lot of Grenadiers, light infantry, of course, as well. More Grenadiers at the end here. And the skin's definitely different than normal. I mean, look at these hats they have. One of my favorite units, though, is, where are they at? These guys, look at this. They have like a red sash or coattails. Very epic, very awesome, very cool. Gosh, I love it. And I'm not even a big fan of, like, the green and red, but you know me. I'm a Swiss UK kind of guy. But anyway, the UK forces are taking some shots from artillery here, as well as their cav, which is trying to back them up. But they are pushing over here, maybe trying to scout out maybe advancing. They see a lot of cav over here. We have some Ulanen Prince Clemens, excellent cav unit. Yeah, looks like more Chasseur Cheval in the such. So doing some scouting with the cav on both sides. I do believe there was artillery firing from right over here in the smoke, kind of giving away their position. But they are firing, yeah, right here. And this is why you don't target directly on the unit. You click right behind them so like your guys don't become visible. Because if you click on another unit, then it'll become visible. Now they are shifting over their 6-pounders. That could be a huge mistake, or it could be a massive win. You know, we will see. Trying to pretend like I don't know what's going to happen, but I totally know what's going to happen. Still, it's fun, guys. Still fun. So we're gonna keep watching as the UK advance. Some skirmishers trying to shoot them to pieces. Possibly we do have more Chasseur Cheval to back them up. Looks like actually Portuguese, and ooh, we have some UK cav rushing forward here. Maybe trying to get these skirmishers who are running back. It looks like, or walking back. But yeah, it looks like Italy is gonna try to do a pincer movement and cut them off, stopping them from doing anything. These skirms are still sitting here. They have not started shooting yet. They possibly aren't in position to fire. But you can start to see now, Rhienbund has a lot of troops forming up here. Getting ready to defend this position if need be. Maybe they're going to push out here. Looks like the UK actually, what is this? The Lightfoot are sitting over here all by themselves. They can form a square so they can defend themselves, but they are all by themselves and they are trying to pick off some skirms and possibly some cavalry here. Taking on the Chasseur. I do hear a cav charge as Italy is going to go in with Portugal. We do have UK light dragoons going to go in for the flank, as well as some more Russian and Portuguese cav going to back this up. It looks like the Italy troops are going to break, but here we go. We got Rhienbund pouring in some volleys here. Possibly shot their own men in the back, and they are going to kind of depart here. And looks like now Rhienbund's going to be rushing over some forces here, and looks like some Chasseur Cheval from Italy, France, Italy are going to push forward, possibly try to harry this light bob as they fall back here from the UK. I would not want to be in their position here. Here we go, some Chasseur Cheval charging in. Let's hope they form square because they're going to need to. And yep, they form a square here. They are just trying to get themselves out of this mess. Shoot a couple volleys. Over here, it looks like the skirms are actually starting to open fire here, but oh, we have some cav charging into some Kazakis, and they're probably going to butcher these skirms to pieces. Poke them with the lances. And oh, we have some French cav now charging in, possibly going to go for a back charge on these Kazakis. They may break them, but it won't be worth it, will it? So these light infantry are still available. Now we do see the Imperial Guard now showing up here, starting to advance, as well as France, Italy starting to show their face, advancing straight for the UK position. The UK looking like they're a little outnumbered here. This may be a problem for them as they're going to get 2v1. They may need to fall back. They do have LOC, so maybe they can hold here. If they can force them into choke points, if they can form up this road and just get them into a choke point, we will see, because the Imperial Guard should be getting really aggressive here. They can definitely do some damage there. So Italy actually lost their cav and their skirmishers, so adding insult to injury. We do have some dragoons, a really good unit of Italian dragoons here on this side. So maybe Italy is going to form up here and take on Russia Suvorov. This is a good position with the town. You can form up. I don't know exactly where they are. I know they start over here. They probably marched down this road. They should be around this area. We do some infantry over here, so perhaps they are already over by this town and they're going to defend the hill. Looks like actually France, Italy is starting to advance here. I think UK are going to have some problems if the full weight of France-Italy does advance. Looks like we also have France-Italy advancing over here, cav support with their chasseurs. Oh, this is some really good infantry here. They could swing that around and start collapsing on the English flank if they go in. There's no UK artillery right now firing at them, although they are setting up, getting prepared to fire at them. Setting up in the back lines, excellent. These poor guys are about to, they're about to get it. The French are going to just hit them hard, probably. This is perfect, though, for the French. This is perfect. They can hit one troop, because look at this. Russia and Portugal still way back here. They're so far back still. And Suvorov Russia is still pushing up on the far side. It's just basically both flanks are engaged, but the center is not. Now, of course, Russia is advancing towards that center. Looks like some militia, some very cheap, this is like very, very cheap militia is sitting here trying to skirmish down the Russians here. Get a couple shots off. Officer didn't shoot. There we go, nice. Actually, looks like a bayonet charge is gonna go in here with just Russia just full on trying to rout the Italian skirmishers here. Don't think they'll take too many losses here. They probably will easily break these skirms and be able to start swinging around the flank. Italy now knows where one of the Russian players is coming from. And, oh, here we go. Here's the push that we want to see. Let's see what is facing them. So they have the light bombs they cut out of there. And we have
taken a building, sir.
The green rascals here. These guys have excellent shooting accuracy, reloading skill, as with all the UK. But not a whole lot for the Imperial Guard to come crashing down on. Looks like the UK is possibly reforming here. We do have the French still advancing, but possibly going to start falling back. I think they should be very aggressive and push. There is high ground, but they outnumber. Something I was learning about today is defeat in detail, I think. Which is basically what Napoleon did very well. Even in this battle, he would spread his men throughout the whole map. So he'd spread them out throughout the whole map. Say he has like 20,000 men. He'd do 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. He'd look for the weakest point in the enemy, and then he would take a bunch of units out of each of the three to put into one. So he'd have 10,000 men in one to hit a small amount of the enemy army and just defeat them in detail. And that's actually how he won a lot of battles, was just focusing on a small area with masses of infantry, which exactly is what should be happening here. I mean, they may not see the UK spread out here, but with backup of the Imperial Guard, they could just swing down this road. Now, do you hear some cav charging here? Looks like we do have some Ulani and Portuguese cav charging it against Rhienbund Chasseur Cheval in Ulanen. Now, we do have some Prince Clemens as well as some skirmishers trying to back up this fight here. Dragging the enemy cav into your reserve cav is not a bad idea here. Oh, it looks like we also have the Bedshire Light Dragoons trying to go in for those skirmishers from Saxon skirmishers for the Rhienbund. Not going to work, but here we go. It's starting to spice up here. So, Rhienbund general got killed by a howitzer blast. That is super unfortunate. So early on in this fight. That may tell later on down the road. Who will know? We did see the 3-pounders for Rhienbund get destroyed by this Portuguese cav. Now, they didn't lose that cav, but it was definitely worth it getting rid of some 3-pounders. Now, look at this. Here comes Suvorov going for the flank, guys. They are taking on Italy. Italy forming up. They have the LOC. They have line infantry. They probably have artillery set up here. You have the 6-pounder horse artillery set up in an excellent position to fire over the heads of the Italian troops and start leveling these columns of Russians. Now, the nice thing is Rhienbund can easily shift forces over to help out because there's nothing out here. Rhienbund totally was scouting out here and probably saw there was no units, because look at this. Portugal and Russia are still way back here. They are going in late game. Now, France looks like they are starting to push over this hill. UK pushing up to try to defend their flank. If they can keep the high ground over here, they could maybe do some real damage to the Imperial Guard as they're attacking. France, Italy actually is shifting over here. Now their units are getting blasted by artillery fire from the 6-pounders. That is probably going to do some real damage over time. We still also have some, UK still has some cav. Still have several cav. Now we do have France taking this LOC over here. But the real spiciness is happening over by this LOC where it looks like Russia is going to advance, Suvorov is going to advance. Let's see, where are their grenadiers? Because they probably want some grenadiers to take this house if they're going to. Of course, there are some grenadiers from Rhienbund in here who are going to make that very difficult for them. But they are starting to form up and starting to fight. There's the grenadiers. Light infantry forming up as well. Gonna be able to pour in some volleys here. So they're just reloading here, but no one seems to be really firing at this point in time. We're starting to get some regular volleys though. Let me make sure the audio doesn't get screwed up. Oh yeah, I already did that. Oh, we do have bayonet charge going in. Some grenadiers going for the line infantry here. This is probably not gonna go well. These guys, are getting femmed, unfortunately. And that's gonna start telling us every shot at that range is just gonna kill. Now, honestly, shooting at close range like this wouldn't be actually unrealistic. I mean, if a guy's charging at you, you have a loaded musket, I would shoot someone at that close range. And here we go, the grenadiers are going to break here. Rhienbund now starting to push around the flank, and it's going to cause Russia Suvorov to fall back. Over here, we do have the Imperial Guard getting engaged now against the UK, who are now starting to fall back as they're getting heavily outnumbered. We do have France, Italy advancing through the trees. They're going to be going through this pass, it looks like, trying to take the LOC and advance with the Imperial Guard on their left flank. Imperial Guard hoping probably to take this hill and swing down the hill around the flank of the UK. UK has not really adjusted their infantry just yet. They still have plenty over on this left side that they can readjust here. Over here, it looks like Russia Suvorov has pushed into the house with some grenadiers. It's a 1v1 grenadier fight. I don't think that Italy is sending anything. Nope, they're kind of leaving the LOC. This could be huge if this LOC does get taken by the Russians. They can use it to fire point blank into the flank of the Italian army. Now we do have a general rushing over here now. The problem is, guys, he can't inspire or rally. He dies so early on. We do have this Italian artillery on this hillside just pouring the fire down here. But I think, we do have some guard, looks like Italians running through the walls to get in here. Also have some Kazakhs maybe trying to attack them in the rear, try to do a morale debuff. But this fight is not over yet, guys. Russia still is fighting for this house here. You can see the Italians are in here as well as the Cav somehow. Magically, the Cav is in the house fighting. That's such an interesting tactic. I don't know how the Cav can even get in there. Over here, Italy is starting to form up here. And thankfully, these 6-pounders are in a position to be able to provide some support. Now, UK are forming up their infantry to meet the Italian-French line, who is advancing to fight them. Looks like the UK are also still holding this hill. 6-pounders getting some deadly close shots. At this range, they are going to kill a lot more than their knockoff. My goodness, look at the French getting so danger close before being able to open up fire. This is probably going to break a lot of them. As you can see, already losing so many men. They may not even get a volley off before they run. Yikes. They may get one volley off. I think, the artillery focusing them down and breaking them instantly. This is going to cause a debuff on the morale of the French. They need to get a general over here to inspire these men to hold because they are wavering already. We do have some Cav going in, maybe going for some of the Mamelukes. We do also have some Grenadier Cheval from the Imperial Guard charging in here. And this is becoming a bit this is not looking very good for the UK. This flank is getting massively pushed
our general
here.
is under attack.
We do have some Portuguese rushing in here, possibly. We also have some light bob infantry trying to provide some support, possibly trying to pour a volley into these Grenadier Cheval. Over here, we have victory, it looks like, in the LOC. Portuguese finally arriving on the front here, as Rhienbund's probably going to swing around to fight them as well. Italy forming up to still fight against the Russians here. These men are wavering, so hopefully the General Alexander Suvorov is going to come over here and rally his men in the LOC. We do have the light bombs finally breaking against the Grenadier Cheval here. This is not looking very good for the UK. UK starting to fall back over here, but they are doing some amazing work. This 6-pounder is just totally shooting this infantry to pieces. The line infantry getting shot by the 6-pounders and by infantry. You do have some cav moving over probably to support this side of the battle. France is actually starting to push over with a very strong force. We do have a lot of cav sitting over here, a lot of Portuguese cav, a lot of Russian cav, some heavies. They really could pull that side. Oh, it looks like actually the Russians lost this LOC. Now they did do a bayonet charge here going in against the guard for Russia, and actually looks like they're gonna rush back into this house. As Rhienbund is gonna start pushing up here, looks like Suvorov did push through the town. Rhienbund's gonna form up as the Portuguese are gonna make a flank, start pouring in the fire on Italy. Italy is gonna start falling back here. This is getting concerning. Honestly, the Portuguese could get a little more aggressive here, try to punish the Italians for falling back. Over here, the cav for both sides is kind of falling back, and it is now up to the infantry who are fighting. This hill and forest honestly is probably going to help the UK a little bit, but now the UK seems to be falling back, trying to maybe pull the French closer to their guns, and they're also shifting forces over here to kind of try. This is not looking the greatest in numbers for the UK at this point.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
The LOC being taken. Some Grenadier Guard here as Russia's going to sneak some troops around, but still a fight for this LOC, guys. But as you can see, Italy is falling back, and Rhienbund is now going to take up the torch and start fighting here. Looks like we got a flank of Portuguese infantry trying to go around here, but this defense using the hill, honestly, the Italians probably could go around this flank and push against the Portuguese because Russia is not there yet. Russia is, okay, right here. So they could get there in time. This is actually just a game of who can win first, the Portuguese and Russia. Because right now it's a 2v2 at this point in time. Over here it's still a 2v1 though. UK taking on the Imperial Guard and French Italy. Still indecisive. I would say the UK are not breaking very well. They are utilizing their numbers very well here. I think the French could get a lot more aggressive pushing. They have reserves here. Push those guys up. Looks like we have Italy having some men breaking possibly. We do have a cav charge going against some of these light infantry of the Portuguese here. Some skirms forming up as well, maybe to do a volley, and looks like the Portuguese maybe have some problems here. These skirmishers are getting deadly close. Deadly close. Still a fight for this LOC. It looks like maybe Russia, Suvorov is going to take it. These guys are exhausted. Yeah, look at this volley from the skirmishers. Cav also going in. They're probably gonna start breaking the Portuguese line. This is very good. Russia needs to get up here very quickly here. They need to get up there. They need to help out their ally who is getting flanked. And that's 2 infantry now for the Portuguese that are broken. And now Italy should shift some troops over. They can start breaking this line. I think that the Rhienbund can hold long enough to make this battle worth it for Italy to move. Now over here, we are starting to see some real problems. We have bayonet charge, the whole Coldstream Guards going against some line infantry. We also look like we have some cav charging in, going against the units that cannot form square here. This could become a problem easily for the French. They're having some breakage in the center, some Chiliers breaking from Imperial Guard, probably from the 6-pounder that is just blasting away. Imperial Guard also pushing up here. They need to make a push. The UK have not lost enough men to make this push worthwhile to retreat or advance. They actually starting to have some losses here. This fight over here, we do have some cav push up try to support the UK, or support their men as the UK are fighting against them. We do have some units here that are probably gonna have to form a square, or they're probably gonna die. To be honest, they're gonna get surrounded. They could not form a square in time. Over here, we have a huge French push. Russia going in. If they can break... Oh, so Rhienbund sent in their cuirassiers. Now, we do have also the Grenadier Cheval. Russia looks like they may be trying to push over their heavy cav. They sent in their dragoons for Russia. They can defeat the French alliance here with the cav. Ooh, Portuguese getting real close to these huge units. Prince August unit. This is going to do some really, really deadly kills at close range like this. The French need to be very, very careful. They need to intercept this flanking force right now because these guys are tired. You need to get them out of there. These Grenadier Cheval should have pulled out, to be honest, just like the Rhienbund cav did. Now, it looks like they may be charging in here. These cuirassiers are fresh. They're going to easily break these Grenadier Cheval. Over here, France is once again having some problems, having some breakage here. I think the artillery, these 6-pounders, are just doing so much execution. Looks like the cav actually managed to support these wonky donkeys. And the general is nearby, Roland Hill. And I think the French is actually starting to have some losses here, some heavy losses. They don't have enough, I don't think, to take this position now. Over here, this cav fight, the Portuguese are... Oh, this is looking bad for the French alliance. They are going to get flanked by the Portuguese. Here come the Baker light bobs going in for a flank against France. Portuguese going to send even more in, and I think the French in Rhienbund are going to lose their cav here. We do have a cav charge that went against the Russians here, trying to break them with some Chasseur Cheval. I don't think it's going to work as the Portuguese going to help them out, but this is still not over. Now the LOC is in Suvrov's hands, and Suvrov also took this LOC. But this fight is not over yet, guys. There's still some reserves sitting back here. Running, sir. But the UK managing to turn this around, not going to look very good. And now the French possibly are going to start falling back. Yeah, it looks like actually the Imperial Guard are going to fall back, maybe help out, as they probably know now that Russia's coming out of the flank, and this is going to become a problem. You can see that now. All the cav for Rhienbund and France on this side is gone. Rhienbund's actually falling back here. They're starting to get Italy involved now. We do have some the really good Guard Dragoons for Italy. Look like they're maybe going for something. There's 2 of them. They're going to go for the back lines, try to find someone who can't form a square. So these volunteers here in basically like a light militia unit, this could help a ton with them trying to reform their lines here, but they need to fall back right now because this mass is not. They're totally ignoring them. That's like insult to injury. They're like, yeah, no, we don't care that you're in our back lines. We're gonna keep shooting. Russia is now starting to advance, and you see France managed to pull some forces over already to stop that. So it looks like it may be a hill defense now, as France is going to fall back. They're going to give up this whole attack, and Russia attacking here is going to cause them to have to fall back to stop Russia, and now UK are going to be able to advance. There's still a couple French troops over here, some really good units, but I think the UK maybe are just going to ignore them and push over here, as this is where the focal point of this fight is. Now we do have... Ooh, uh-oh. We have a general for Suvorov who looks like he is running for his life. Not running away fast enough. Suvorov may just die here, as the Italians are just going to run him down, unfortunately. We have cuirassiers trying to watch out for these Italian cav here, as well as some Portuguese cav. They should play defensive here, but at the same time, they are advancing to the attack. This fight has raged the entire battle so far. We do have some Italian troops pushing way up here. This may not be wise. You're going to lose your guard, as the Portuguese are just going to, you know, just shoot them in the flank. Rhienbund should either form up with them or fall back, maybe try to take this hill. We do have artillery still up here on this hill. Rhienbund general sitting here trying to, look, this is awkward. An officer's running away, looking right down at one of the other units like, yes, yes, I'm running away. What of it? This Italian cav is really slaughtered. They killed the cuirassiers. They are seen to be winning against, well, no, they're not winning right now, but they're doing very well. They would have done so much better, I think, trying to attack the Russians. They could have used them to attack the back line. Look at all these units you could have mass routed, possibly. They have a whole center that is weak, and Russia's still getting in position, guys, but they are now starting to advance. Tree got in the way, and you can see that France, thankfully, is there. France, Rhienbund there, they're to start pouring in some volleys. They are not giving up this hill without a fight. Artillery from that 3-pounder from earlier coming up there, and they are going to have a tough time. Russia is fresh, and there's a lot of them. Oof, the artillery, though, is cutting up these Rhienbund troops. For the rest of France, looks like they are now advancing here. Looks like the UK are going to start pushing. I do hear some cav still. You see that the Portuguese are still trying to deal with the Italian cav. I apologize for the delay. We're trying to get our fridge fixed and trying to get the guy to come in and fix it. We've had it for 3 weeks now. No fridge. Anyway, Suvorov is trying to push up this hill. Is having some problems. Rhienbund easily holding him off. And Russia, Suvorov is still on the side. They are not gone, guys. Portuguese, of course, now with Russia are the ones pushing here. Suvorov took so many losses pushing up first. I mean, they really hurt the Italians in Rhienbund, but now it is their allies' turn to be aggressive. Now, we do see now, oh, the howitzers coming in, blasting away at the French position. The French are trying to do their best. Hey, it looks like there's a bayonet charge coming in here. Looks like the UK are actually going to get very aggressive here. And, ooh, this stand, though, by the Imperial Guard. They are not letting the UK defeat them. They're going to put their reserves here, and this is now a ring of hill defense. Looks like that bayonet charge did break some of the Russian line infantry. Man, this fight is just, it's not really, besides the Portuguese actually having some problems on the flank. The howitzers still dancing. It's so pretty. Howitzers are so cinematic. It's so gorgeous. So the Portuguese may be having some problems here. They may need Russia to Suvorov to kind of push through this town and fight them here. Even sitting right here, just pushing up a bunch of units consolidated in one area could break these super weak Italian units. But the volleys are real, and they are vicious. So France has some artillery over here as well. These 8-pounder horse artillery able to mobilize quickly, and now they are going to be probably putting some fire on this Russian line. France doesn't really need to have units right here yet. They can consolidate them more. In fact, they could maybe, this is a gamble, but they maybe could push out, and with UK advancing, they maybe could sneak around and try to flank them. They, of course, could pull back in time. They have their horse pounders that have, there's 6-pounders, horse pounders, wow. There's 6-pounders forming up over here. Never lived that one down. The wonky donkeys trying to go this hill. Look at this position. They got artillery in such a good position here. I don't know where they're firing at this point in time. Probably going for like a Portuguese line. But the Portuguese are really starting to take some heavy losses here. They may start to lose some units. Rhienbund is actually sitting up on this hill, shooting down. And trying to cause the breaking of whatever's left of Russia Suvorov. Suvorov, of course, has this building still. They're shooting through the LOC. And it looks like actually Rhienbund's going to move some troops back because they're worried about getting flaked, because there is a back road or two that actually, look at this, the wonky donkeys are pushing up. Napoleon doesn't even know about it yet, maybe, as they're focused on this defense that actually starting to tell. These chasseurs are badly bloody. There's 28 men left, trying their best to hold their ground, but this is not looking that promising. UK really taking out the Imperial Guard. But so far, the lines are holding. In fact, the Portuguese, like, they're having this problem. If the French can play their cards right, they actually maybe could start breaking this side. They really could use that, could have used that Dragoon unit, that Italian Dragoon unit that was so strong. That one over here, if they came, some of these units may be too small to form square. And they could start caving the line. They're so far back here, though. They're going to get charged by some Portuguese cav. Probably Italy doesn't even know they have them anymore. Looking over here, oh, we do have UK cav going over now. We do have, like I said, the Grenadiers in this LOC shooting at this cav that can't do anything. And here we go, some chasseurs cheval gonna charge these guys. Now a fight in the back lines. Napoleon's gonna fall back here. Some infantry may have to go over there and deal with that problem here. The UK have more troops now than the Imperial Guard, and they are starting to swing around this flank. UK may lose some of their tow rows, though. And Russia is finally getting the rest of their infantry in line. Their Grenadiers. This is all Wrens? This is all Grenadiers. Yikes. That's gonna go terribly for the Russians. If these, or for the UK, gosh, can't talk. For the French, if these guys get in close and charge, this is very weak. Look at this. 42 men, 28 men. This one has 78. This is a weak point, and the Russians are focusing all of their Grenadiers on this part of the battle. They're going to push up, and this could go terribly for the French here. Portuguese actually having some real problems here. They're actually starting to have units break, so Italy's starting to make some headway here. They can start swinging on the flank, maybe cause a mass break. It is too close to tell at this point in time. We do have some hussars charging in as France is starting to fall back here. And the UK are going to start just getting real close here, rushing their infantry up the hill. These Grens are going to start pushing up here. Cav going in, trying to stop France, Italy from falling back. And here we go, guys, the start of this grand Gren push. Grand it is, and Grenadier it is. These guys are not stopping. Oh my goodness, look at the focus that the Allies have on this side. Coalition is just mass breaking. The Imperial Guard forming up on this hill once again. They do have some of their 8-pounder horse artillery. Napoleon standing here trying to inspire his men, but this is getting danger close for Napoleon here. if they want to win this, they gotta have a miracle at this point. Italy needs to make some huge pushes here. I mean, they are definitely really hurting the Portuguese here. And here goes a Chester-Cheval charge. Russia, it looks like they're starting to pull back and go up here. They can slip past the Italians who are starting to push on the Portuguese. But Russia and the UK are just running up this hill now. It is the cold steel or nothing. Got some hand 1v1 action here on these grenadiers. Oof, stabs him in the gut and he is dead. So now looking at the battlefield, Italy and Rhienbund, what's left of them, are trying their best. And looks like this may be the end of the French alliance, as the UK are going to push up this hill. Russia is just so fresh. Them being late game actually is paying off. This fight for the hill. UK is just pushing up this hill. And oh boy, is this going to be tough. These Imperial Guard have fought so well, but now they're getting flanked as the Green Rascals are pushing up here now. The whole center has caved. Italy did so well for so long, but I don't think they have enough juice now. They're going to start getting flanked by the Russians, although it looks like Rhienbund is going for a last-ditch effort here. Bayonet charging. And I don't think they're going to make it. It's going to be a mass rout here. And this battle is about over. Well played on both sides. What an excellent fight for the hill. I love hill defenses. They're just so awesome. I mean, look at the hill they had to fight. They had such a hill to fight for.
Our men are running, sir.
The UK just were too. The UK did too well. You know, the UK does well. If you have a good UK player, it is very difficult against a French player. Usually the UK will get just focused down because they're such small units. I think Napoleon is now going to go in. He's going to take on the cold stream guards here. Fight to the death. Victory or death. I think it's going to be death for him.
We have killed their generals.
There it is.
Now they must break.
Oh, Napoleon. What a pity. So I'm just going to fast forward here because I do believe this is the end of the fight. Italy is starting to break as the thorn in their side. Russia Suvorov has come in to kill them. So they're going to finish up Italy, and now there's just a little farming that needs to be done. And the Portuguese are going to come in for that. Ugh. There's going to be so many kills for some of these factions because of all the units that are running away. Now there is a couple French units that are going to advance up this hill. The last of France, Italy.
Sir. Now they must break.
And it'll be over. So like I said, I'll skip to the end stats. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a really good replay. I want to see the kills and show them to you for both sides. So, all right, guys. So that one was sent by Roundstead. Playing as the UK. Did an excellent job as the UK. Especially going 2v1. Basically, Kissing and Roundstead did 2v1 for a while. Then Kissing took some heavy losses and pulled back and let Trimeric and Idolad take over. Looks like Travis and Foos were just kind of, unfortunately, just got outplayed. They had to break off the attack they possibly could have won against the UK to go help out their ally, who's taken on two of these factions, and Zach and Falcon were just kind of trying to hold the center. So good battle, good plays on both sides. You can see the Cav got some really good kills. The Coldstream Guards got excellent amount of kills. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for more in the future. If you have a replay you would like to send to me, I have a Discord linked in the description. You can always post them there. And that's about it, guys. You guys stay safe. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in another video.